Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, you know? Just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sesh. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all.
Hello, hotties, and welcome back to the Smoke Sesh podcast, and happy birthday to me. As you guys are listening to this, I will be officially, guess the number, bitch, 27 years old. I never thought those words would ever come out of my mouth. If we're being honest, never envisioned a 27, never even saw over 23 if we're being honest. So having those words come out of my mouth is actually surreal. You guys, I'm officially old. No, I'm not. I'm actually the youngest I've ever been, which is so beautiful. I am just really feeling this Gemini energy, this birthday energy, and I am so excited to share it with you guys this week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And also thank you for the support. I have been doing this podcast since I was, let me guess, I think like 22 is when I started this podcast. 21 is when I started thinking about it. But I have been doing this podcast for almost 5 years. Our 5-year anniversary is in October. And it is just such a privilege to, grow up and to transform and to change. And looking back on that young, very confused, very rambunctious 22-year-old who would smoke fucking dabs and bowls and dabs and bowls and dabs and bowls with a podcast mic in her hand. Crazy, insane. I am so proud of our growth and where we have come, and just I appreciate you guys going on the journey alongside me. I have a lot of you guys who have been listeners since the very fucking beginning, and truly you guys feel like brothers and sisters to me. So thank you for all your support. I hope I am able to return it back to you as well. But I get a lot of message of you guys being like, I have changed so much. I have grown so much. And it's so nice being able to do so alongside somebody else, to figure out life alongside somebody else. This shit can get so scary and so confusing and so isolating and so lonely. Trust, if anybody knows, it's me. So I am just so happy to have made it. Bitch, we made it. Like, low-key, we survived. And to feel good about it. So today is a day of celebration. Today's going to be a rambly, rambunctious, odd podcast, but it's going to be a fucking fun one. We're going to have some fun today. As you're listening to this, I'm in California, hopefully phone off, dissociating in a riverbed somewhere, alive, floating in a pink sparkly tube if everything works out. I cannot wait to share that journey with you guys on the next episode. And also, I will be filming a vlog that will be up on YouTube at Hannah Marlene 444. And every time I take a vacation, I always share behind the scenes photos, footage, crazy stories, favorite things, places I went on the patreon.com/smokeseshshotty. And if you want to give me a little birthday present, go subscribe to the Patreon. That would be the best birthday present ever. And in general, if you want to see what I'm up to, my birthday gown, my birthday fit, my Madonna in vibes, my running around LA, living my Malibu dream life, frolicking at the ocean, running around, hugging big sequoia trees, all of those photos and much more will be on Instagram at Hannah Marlene. Okay, that's all the promo for today. It's time to dive into the fun thing. So I have 3 beverages here. I just felt like I'm such a bev girl. I have to just like let's bev it up today on the podcast to start, to get some energy going, because it is quite early, if we're being honest. I have my favorite energy drink, as you know, Celsius fizz-free pink lemonade. Usually I'm a fizz girly, but I don't know, there's something about the pink lemonade. It just tastes so refreshing. Like, it tastes like I literally went to a child's lemonade stand, paid $2, and then their mom accidentally slipped like crack into it or something. I'm just kidding. But shit, if I can open this with my nails. Cheers. Let's take a big old gulp of this. next, since this is the Smoke Sesh podcast, and I love my weed girlies, I'm so happy to have you here. Weed has taught me a lot about life and has brought me together with a lot of very fun individuals. Weed honestly probably brought us together as well. If it didn't, either way, happy to have you here. But it's my fucking birthday and I'm gonna partake. So I have a Wink Mandarin Pomelo Seltzer. This also has some THC and CBD in it. So let's crack this bad boy and take a chug. So good. I love these in the summer if you need an alternative to drinking. It's equal levels THC and CBD, so I feel like it has a really nice calm balance. This is not sponsored. I truly just love them. I made a pomelo recipe with this seltzer on Instagram if you want to check it out. It is just, ooh, so good. And last but not least, because it's my birthday, we're getting crazy, I have some plum soju. Soju is what I first grew up drinking. Actually, just kidding. That was vodka Red Bull. But like drinking a lot. I worked at a ramen shop for about too long, probably like 5 years. And I started as a host, worked my way to a server, and then became a bartender. And once I had access to that bar cooler, and yes, I can say this because they shut down. Once I had access to that bar cooler, bitch, the way these full entire bottles would be in to-go cups, and I'd be behind the bar like, this, I'm just taking the edge off with a little diet soda in my to-go cup. Nope, it was actually Jinro Plum or the Jinro Strawberry Fire. So cheers. Feel free to take a shot with me if you'd like. We're not getting like blasted considering it's 11 a.m. This is not going to be one of those drunk episodes, but we're going to get a little twisted and we're going to get a little emotional with it. What's better than that? Cheers. Ugh. Oh my god. Today we're gonna get, like I said, a little twisted, a little existential. I just kind of want to reflect. Oh my god, reflect, bitch. It's already eating away at my brain cells. Reflect on these past years, and I wanted to do this episode specifically because I feel like when I was younger, like I said, I did not envision a 27 for myself at all. And if you are a young individual who has a hard time even just like imagining the future or finding hope for the future or being like, bitch, why are we here? What am I doing this for? Like, let me be a living testimony that it is also worth it. Continuing on, pushing through, but just simply doing your best is also worth it. And it will take you to places that you never, ever could have imagined. So we're going to go through some life lessons and hopefully some life advice that I have taken directly from mine that you can hopefully apply to yours as well. Either in order to elevate it, in order to hopefully feel peace, to learn how to hope, to learn how to dream, and simply put, learn how to enjoy and love life. There are 10 different things I want to go over today. I actually saw a post about some of these things, and it really just reminded me how special and unique we all are and how easy it is to forget and how simple it is that we are deserving of being here and living and enjoying life. And so here are some of the things I took from that. Number one, you chose to be here and you knew what you were doing. I feel like when I was younger, I spent a lot of my time stumbling, like baby deer stumbling, no fucking clue. We talked about this in the last episode, like making decisions very much so incredibly hard for me. I had no idea who I was. I had no idea, how to interact with the world. I was awkward. I was weird. I was quiet. I was afraid to speak up. I was just like very much so uncomfortable in who I am. And something about growing up and getting older is, of course, going through trials, tribulations, being forced to make decisions, make the right decisions, make the wrong decisions, simply just have life experience. You naturally will get more comfortable with yourself, more in tune with yourself, more confident with yourself. And there is this honest truth that I'm kind of coming around to right now as I enter my late 20s, trigger warning, oh my God, which is I was an anomaly, if you think about it. Bitch, not to get crude or anything, but when your dad came into your mom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That Jinro is hitting my brain like no other. There were millions, a bajillions of sperm, okay? Carrying a very limited amount of DNA, That then combined with one of, I don't know, how many eggs does a woman have? Probably like 100, not that much. I know that for sure. Combined with that was able to make you. Bitch, you already beat every odd known to man when you were born. And that is beautiful. Okay? We are all anomalies. Add in the fact that like we are sentient, we have choice, and we are human, and we are able to like build a beautiful life for ourselves. You are here for a reason, you know. Everybody has a different reason. Some people are here to like work big amazing jobs. Some people are here to save lives. Some people are here to create art. Some people are here to just fucking chill. Who cares what the why is, as long as you find peace in knowing about the truth of it all, which is you are here, you are deserving to be here, and ultimately you know what you are doing. We find ourselves second guessing ourselves a lot. I find myself second guessing myself a lot. I will know what the right choice is and still be like, but what if, but I don't know, but oh my God. But it's like, no, you know inherently who you are. You know inherently what makes you feel good, what makes you feel bad, what you are driven by, what you are called to. And if you listen to that, baby girl, that is just your gut intuition. We talk about intuition a lot. We talk about gut feelings, and simply put, there is something very, I don't know, otherworldly about how they feel and how we feel called to them. I think it's so beautiful having so many friends with so many different interests. Like, I surround myself with people who are very, very different from me. I mean, of course, some who are very similar to me. And it makes me so happy just seeing how people can be driven by different things. I have friends who it's like their one goal in life is to save people's lives, to be there for them in the hard times, to get down and dirty and make sure that they are taken care of. And that is so beautiful and so selfless. I have friends who, like, you know, maybe have stumbled through life, don't know what they're doing, but like, they really know how to have a good fucking time, a good healthy time. They know how to enjoy life. They know how to bring that peace to others. They know how to bring that joy to others, to light up a room. It is so beautiful to see. I have artistic friends where it's like, how the fuck did you think of this? How did you even like navigate into this? I can't believe you were able to come up with this creative idea. It is just intuitively driven behind them. We all have that intuition within ourselves, but it has to come from trust. Trust in knowing that we are here, we deserve to be here, and we know what the fuck is going on. Truly at the center of your core, you know what's going on. I promise you, you've probably been in a situation that you put yourself in that you know was the wrong decision, and internally you're like, gulp, bitch, like, we should have just listened to what the fuck we were telling ourselves instead of being influenced by these external factors. Girl, you know what you're doing. You deserve to be here. Do not ever question any room you step into. Imposter syndrome, where, bitch, you are deserving of this life. You beat all odds, and that is a beautiful thing. I feel like younger Hannah really fucking needed to hear that, because every room I walked into, oh my God, insecure to the max, overthinking myself, just questioning myself, questioning what other people are thinking of me, not knowing how to speak or act or even make eye contact. Like, I could not make eye contact with my immediate family for like the longest time because I was just so fucking in my head. And I really wish somebody would have just sat down and said to me, like, listen, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are kind, you are strong, you are deserving of being here, you are deserving of taking up space, and you are deserving of being yourself. You know what you're doing. Find that strength within you and listen to it. I never got that. That's okay. I learned it eventually. There's a lot of things you'll learn in your mid-20s that you probably should have been taught when you were younger, but it's our job to teach ourselves now. Learn those lessons, listen to them, become wise. And shit, if I can share my life lessons with you guys and you don't have to learn them yourself and you can just take my advice, you might as well do so. Save yourself the trouble. Speaking of being maybe insecure and caring what people think, there are no tests. You're not being judged. Okay? I kind of come from a very special background on this. both my parents were teachers. My brother was very, very high achieving honors student. I was constantly placed in competition placements, such as like competition piano, competition art, competition sports, like everything. So from a very, very young age, I felt like I was being judged. Maybe not judged in a way that people use the term now, which is usually a negative connotation, but judged in like a very analytical sense where it's like, no, they're paying attention to every breath and every movement because they're grading me. And that carried into a lot of insecurity in myself when I grew up, and especially in my late teens and early 20s, where every single person I met, every single environment I was in, whatever, I always was viewing myself from this weird, skewed, outward perception. And I truly did feel like everybody was holding a pen and pencil and like judging me and rating me. Was that real? No, absolutely not. Was that absolutely created in my head? Definitely. And I spent a lot of my mid 20s working my way out of that perception. I did it in a honestly unhealthy way. I really just kind of jump scared myself by making a lot of really bad decisions very fucking quickly in order to like neutralize myself and go like, well, if I'm being judged, who gives a fuck? I mean, if you were following me in like the pandemic era in 2022, you guys know like my care level was at 0. Did it put me in some sticky situations? Yes. Did I make some bad decisions? Absolutely. But did it make me more comfortable in who I was forcefully? Yes, it did. You don't have to make as many bad decisions as I did, but you also have to understand like our biggest critic is ourselves. I remember I would go into competition piano, like 6 years old, anxiety through the roof. I'm vomiting in the bathroom at 6 from my anxiety, and my mom's like, all right, get in there, do the best you can. And I'm sitting down, I'm playing piano, I'm like blacking out, doing what I can, like trying to breathe as much as possible. Like I don't even know where my fingers are on the piano. I barely even remember bowing and leaving, and I open the door and I finally come to, and my piano teacher's like, that is the best performance I've ever seen in my entire life. It's like, oh my God, like that is so much pressure for a young person to go through. And I really carried that high stakes pressure with me a lot of the time. And I realized like I was so hard on myself. I would walk out of that room and I'd be like, I failed, I fumbled, I did horrible, I did awful. Like no ribbon for Hannah, babe, you ain't getting a ribbon, not even a participation one. And then my piano teacher being like, that was the best thing ever. It's like, really? We do hype things up. We overanalyze. We view ourselves way too hard. We are our own worst critic. We know what we're the most worried about. So of course we're going to press those buttons. If you can learn to really like, bitch, relax. Something I had to learn, relax, chill, be kind to yourself, realize everybody's thinking about themselves more than they could ever think about you, realize no one's grading you, there is no test, there is no right, there's no wrong, you can take good from everything. Life becomes real chill real fast, like extremely chill. And that's kind of an era where I'm entering now, where I feel like I'm on Lexapro, but actually it is just life acceptance. Like, bitch, when I was on Lexapro, I got into a car accident, 75 miles an hour, into the back of a police car. Not my fault. Should have sued. Almost died. He pulled me out of the car and I'm like, but where's my ride home? Like, who's taking me home? It's like, bitch, how are you standing? You almost died. Lexapro really will do that. Like, unattached completely. Now I'm not on Lexapro, but bitch, if you gotta take medication, props to you. Like, do what you gotta do. Been there, done that. But now I really have come to this place of acceptance where like everything is equal. No one is judging me. I'm not judging myself, good or bad. If I make a mistake, it's whatever. I'll do my best to overcome. If I make the right choice, fantastic. We'll celebrate. We'll keep moving forward. But there really is this air of positivity that comes from understanding like there's no test. Like you should not judge yourself. No one is judging you. It really is just a day by day life, and there's something beautiful about that. I'm sure you probably understand if you grew up in a very highly academic world. I was in like honors student classes, distinguished scholars, all the jazz. So I always felt that air of competition, and that can ruin friendships, that can ruin relationships if you are constantly trying to like one up another person, or if you're butting heads and putting yourself against another person. It is never going to give you that real, raw, honest friendship that you're seeking. So you have to learn how to uninstall that from your head, to stop competing with yourself, to stop competing with other people, and it'll also just bring more genuine connection into your life. The only competition I have with myself is me, and hopefully just doing better than what I have. I have no desire of playing the game of being better than anyone. I am simply trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. And you know what? Even if I'm not better than the person I was yesterday, whatever. Every day is a new day. But there are no tests and you're not being judged. As I'm getting dizzy, I forgot I haven't eaten today. Don't do what I do, but it's still early in the day. 3 different stimuli beverages before the hour of 12 p.m. is crazy. But it's my birthday. I really do turn into the birthday bitch. Does anybody else turn into the birthday bitch? And as you should, bitch, it's your birthday. You should go a little crazy. I mean, don't be rude. Don't be disrespectful, please, for the love of God. But I love a birthday excuse. I love being like, no, it's my birthday week. No, it's my birthday week. No, it's my birthday week. We're going out. We're having fun. I'm having a drink. I'm having a smoke. I'm having a celebratory cigarette, dare I. I'm going shopping, bitch, it's my birthday. Like, if you don't celebrate yourself, no one will. Number 3, everyone's doing their best with what they know. Not everybody has the same life experience as you in this life. Not everybody has the same understanding of self in this life. And I feel like growing up, I was constantly around people of different perspectives, different ideas, different backgrounds, different religions. My parents, very open-minded, had a lot of friends. I grew up practically in a commune, not actually in a commune, actually just living in a suburban cul-de-sac at the very end of the city. But like growing up around those people became my family. Those other parents became like my parents. I was constantly around different ideas, different perspectives. And I think I've been blessed by that, because my idea of friendship is very different than many other people's idea of friendship now. I get a lot of questions like, how do I deal with a friend breakup, or how do I break up with this friend, or how do I cut this person off, or this person's not prioritizing me, blah, 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 blah. It's all these condition-based friendship questions that I get. And if I'm being honest, I just don't understand them. I really don't. I have always been a person that is like very understanding, not in a way where I'm gonna let you walk all over me. Bitch, if you're being awful, as a good friend, I will call you out for that. I would expect that from my friends as well. But I really do come from a place where it's like, people are going through different life experiences every single day, much different from what you're going through. People have different backgrounds, people have different understandings. And from that, I just need to be patient with them. And honestly, I hope people can be patient with me if I'm also not blessed with the same kind of experiences and understanding that they have. And it's made me, honestly, I'm not the most forward friend, but I do think I'm a good friend. Am I the friend that's going to be like in your DMs every single day? No, I'm just a recluse of a person. And sometimes I disappear for days, weeks, months, and it's just what I need. It doesn't mean I hate you. It's just like I'm painting about 50 paintings right now, and I don't want to be in contact with the outside world. Sorry. But also, it's like, if my friends need those space, I give it to them. I'm understanding if they make mistakes. Bitch, me and my friends, when we were younger, we've had like fist fights. We fought each other. We've slapped each other. We pulled each other around. We've had friendship breakups. We've had friendship getting back togethers. And it really is, at the end of the day, like, especially with my long-term friendships, which my longest friendship is 27 years like old. I'm not even kidding. You guys are like, what? How's that possible? Bitch, our parents had our baby showers together. That's how long we've been friends. I don't think I would have been able to have that friendship if I didn't just have like patience and kindness and understanding, where it's like, you want to run off and be with these people, cool, have fun. I'm just going to be doing my own thing here, hanging out with my other friends. You want to make that mistake, All right, fine, whatever, I forgive you. It is what it is. As long as it's not like an earth shattering problem, then I really am patient and compassionate with those things. I always understand that, like, we'll convene, we'll come back together. And if we don't, then that friendship served that period of time. And I'm very thankful for that. I also have friends that, like friendships that were like very intense, especially in high school, girl friendships that it was like, no, we're swapping blood practically. We're blood sisters. Was it a little bit, homoerotic? Yes, absolutely. Okay. Every girl has that kind of girl friendship in high school. But, we went to college, we grew up, and we slowly drifted apart. And I really don't put any pressure on that because it's like, we served each other for that period of time and we had a really good time. And I'm so thankful of that person in my life. And if we happen to reconvene after drifting apart, beautiful, fantastic. I'm not going to really put any pressure on that and really just like make sure that like I'm in a place that I'm happy with and I'm hoping that she's in a place that she's happy with. You know what I mean? But it's like everybody around you, especially if you want to grow up with friends or grow up with family or whatever it may be, their idea, their mindset is constantly shifting, changing, and evolving. And this also transfers into relationships as well. Like you guys will have to grow up with each other. You'll have to grow old with each other, and you're going to see that person go through so many different phases in life. And in order to just like have the most compassionate, understanding mindset, you really need to trust in the idea that like, I hope they're doing their best. They probably are, just simply put, doing their best with what they know and what they've gone through. And you know what? That also transfers into like horrible, awful people. If somebody's doing something horrible and awful to you, bitch, they're just doing what the best with what they know. But also, does that mean you need to be accepting and deserving of it? No, absolutely not. You can go, actually, I think I deserve people who are more kind, compassionate, caring, who have more of that and more desire of that. That's okay. But when it comes to maintaining friendships, maintaining understanding, maintaining balance, having a good relationship, having a good any sort of situation with people, you have to have this innate trust that it's like they've got the knowledge they've got and the life experience they've got, and they're just working with that the best that they possibly can. Especially in the restaurant industry, I have to remind myself of that a lot when people are like snappy with me. Table for two. It's like, damn, you really weren't raised any better, and that makes me sad. But also it's like, what am I going to do? Argue with you that you're stupid? No, like, I don't have time for that. Okay, I'll find you a table for two. All right, are you ready for a big one? Are you guys ready for a big one? You already have what you're looking for. Yeah. Yep. I've spent a lot of time aimlessly wandering. You guys know what tattoo I was gonna get? Okay, this is just a PSA. If you're a young person, wait to get tattoos. First ever tattoo I got was the giant eye on the back of my neck. Is it cute? Is it kind of sexy? Is it kind of fun? Yeah, absolutely. Would I have gotten it at this day and age at 27? No. Do I love my other tattoos? Yeah. Would I have tattooed someone's Twitter handle on my foot at 16? No, absolutely not. Amazon, your tattoo kits need to come with picture ID of at least 21 years of age. Because tell me why my party trick in high school was being like, oh, we're all fucked up. Who wants a tattoo? Literally, I could not be more embarrassed, honestly. I gave so many people so many fucked up tattoos. And if you are one of those people, like, genuinely, I am sorry, but we are both minors. So what can you do? You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is my parents knew about it. I remember I spilled tattoo ink all over the carpet in my basement. My parents were like, what the fuck is this? It literally won't come out. And I was like, tattoo ink? I want to be a tattoo artist. And they're like, bitch, are you giving people tattoos in our basement? Whoops. Sorry about that. Now they just laugh it off because I was really out of control. They had no choice in the matter. It was like, oh God, okay. But please, for the love of God, wait to get tattoos if you can. Now, my sumac leaves, love them. They're homage to growing up on Sumac Street. I have my With Love tattoo, love it. That really is just like homage to like reminder, bitch, always walk with love the best you can. But there was this tattoo that I really, really wanted when I was like 18. And it was like a full quote. Thank God I didn't get it because a full quote would have just ate the fuck up out of my arm. But it was like, where must we go, we who wander this wasteland in search of our better selves? And it's so funny thinking about that quote because it really is like bitch, you are going to wander and wander and wander endlessly through that desert until you realize, like, damn, bitch, the answers really are within inside me. That goes also hand in hand with the understanding of like intuition and gut feeling. Like, you have those answers in your heart. You know what you are seeking. You know what you are deserving of. You know what makes you feel good inherently. You know what makes you feel bad inherently. And you need to listen to that. You need to listen to that cue, to that inner voice, one might say, because it will stand up for you. It will put you in good situations, and it really will help you make the best of your life. I also think we go searching for like love in this life or compassion or kindness, and we go searching in like the wrong places, or we get stuck in the wrong places or with the wrong people. And the answer really is like, you can find that love that you are seeking within yourself because you are able to identify it. If you are able to love somebody like horrible that fucking much, that also goes to show that you can love yourself that much. You can show yourself that compassion. If you're kind to everybody else but yourself, it's like, what are we doing? If anybody deserves that energy, it is you. If you are compassionate to everybody but yourself, like I said, those answers are within you. If you are able to do it to other people, or even think of it, or compartmentalize it, you can apply those things to you. This also transfers into like art, and this is a good kind of like comparison to what you can create in your life, which is like, as an artist, I will just have like visions sometimes of like, I want to paint this scene. The way that I am able to think of that, visualize it, get out the paints, get out the colors, and put that on a canvas in the exact way that I envisioned it in my mind is insane and crazy. It is wild. I do find myself very appreciative of that talent. But also, you can transfer that to your life. Anything you can visualize for yourself, you can idealize for yourself, that you want for yourself, you can go out and get it. Bitch, the answer is already there. It is in your head. Really, honestly, and this is something that I'm really coming to terms with right now. I feel like I've spent a lot of my life like looking, searching to find myself. I must be outside myself, but actually I must be fully inside myself, and not in a positive way or a negative way, but in a neutral sense. What drives me? What makes me feel good? What makes me feel bad? What am I inspired by? Those are the answers. Am I going to find that out there? No. Is someone going to tell me that? No. But we are born with this innate knowledge and innate understanding of, I'm curious. Even thinking about the whole horse full circle thing. When I was younger, I wanted nothing more than to be around horses. Like I said, I grew up like on the outskirts of a suburban county right before the farm country. So like right next door to our house, there were a bunch of horses. And I remember growing up, and we'd walk down to the end of the block and we'd bring carrots with us, and we would go and we'd feed the horses and we'd pet them. And it was like this connection that I felt that I never forgot about. And then when I was like 7, I was like, I really want to take horseback riding lessons. My parents were like, yeah, sure. Never happened. That stuck with me. Was it something I was very like heightenedly aware of or tapped into? No, but that stuck with me for so long. There was innate understanding for so long that now at 27, bitch, I have my own horse. Like, I put that energy forward. I listened to the intuition. I followed through. I go to lessons. I try and be as, aware and understanding as possible. I'm picking up, I'm learning to the point where now I'm able to go spend almost every single day with horses. And that is such a blessing. But also, was that something someone else was going to tell me? No. Was it something I needed to experience and understand within myself? Yes, you already have the answers. You just need to listen to yourself. Okay, this is when I put my like witch bitch spiritual hat on. Are you guys ready? You guys love when I get spiritual with it. And I've been spiritual for a very long time. I mean, I was raised spiritual in a sense. I was raised Christian, specifically Methodist, but I was also raised in a way that was like very out there for Christianity, if I'm being honest, like very out there. I mean, I had a gay pastor. She was a lesbian, and she preached a lot about openness, connectedness, just being in tune, being in touch, of course, with the understanding and background of God. But I do think I kind of took those lessons and took that understanding and applied it to other things in my life that were very inspiring. No, does that mean I don't believe in a God or a higher power or whatever it may be? no, who am I to have the answers, And whatever you do believe in, I think there's power in that as long as you use it for good and not fucking evil, horrible awfulness like a lot of people are using it for. But for me, I do kind of focus more on the universal aspect, the power of the universe, the power of being here, the power of being you, the power of being an anomaly, one of a kind. And from that, I do really have this understanding that like we are this infinite source of power and we are infinitely divine. Like there's something not godlike, because I think that's a bit inflated, but there is something really beautiful and divine about us being here at this point in time here on earth. And I do think I pull a lot of my spiritual understanding from that. I get questions about abundance, about prosperity, about peace, about protection. And if I do spell work, if I do anything like that, prayer, it will always be in tune with myself, knowing that I derive all of this protection from myself, for myself. This abundance, I am inherently abundant. Anything I desire, I can create. Anything I dream of, I can manifest in a sense, because I had the perception of it. Why would I not be able to go out and get it? And I think it really does bring an air of just like chillness to my life in a way that is very beautiful, that really makes people believe that I smoke way more weed than I actually do. It really is just this like innate trust that like even if shit hits the fan, if things go wrong, if everything feels like it's burning down to the ground, inherently I know I'll figure it out. I'm inherently abundant. I will go out there. I can create whatever I desire. I can start over from scratch and immediately feel good and feel like I'm back on track. Like I can pull those things from myself and create it. Now, is it going to happen overnight? And is it going to be like snap your fingers and all of a sudden it's in front of you? $1 million, bitch, talk about obsession. You're cracking that one wish willow, $1 million, it's falling from the sky. No, that's not how it works. But if you work hard, if you put yourself first, if you really go after what you desire, you can do anything. You really truly can do anything. And there's something really divine in that understanding that we are this supercell. We really are this regenerative energy from simply being alive and being here. When I was younger, I didn't want a lot for myself. And guess what? I did not fucking do a lot for myself. Now that I'm older, I'm kind of realizing, wow, those random one-off wishes I made did come true because I didn't stop believing in them and I kept working at it. This podcast, like I'm able to do this every single week because, well, A, I want to, but also it's like, bitch, I just never stopped. I just kept going. I kept trying. Horses don't stop. They keep going, babe. I think some people think like magic, spirituality, spells, whatever it may be, it's instant. You know, the universe is basically like transactioning something and it's handing something directly over to you. But the universe needs proof, you know. If we think about God, any sort of God, the idea of God, idea of any sort of higher power, they're going to want proof from you to know that you're deserving of that. And if you don't believe in yourself and you don't put that proof forward through believing in yourself, then you'll never see the payout. You know, I see my friends do this very traditionally. I have a friend who's in like medical school. Was that fucking hard? Did she probably stop believing in herself sometimes? Actually, no. Like she always had this innate feeling of like, I'll figure it out. I'll get somewhere. We just got to keep powering through. I got to do the best I can. I got to hope for the best. I got to study as much as I can. And she never stopped working. And she's literally almost done. She's going to be like pretty much a fucking doctor. Isn't that insane? But that all came from self-belief, self-understanding that like, I'm deserving of this. I can do this. We are divine creatures. Anything I want, I can create. And there's something so very beautiful about that. I didn't always believe this about myself. And in fact, this is actually a belief that I started developing very recently, probably like a year ago. And talk about like internal conversations, gut feelings, intuition, whatever you want. I ignored that for such a long time because I didn't have belief that I could do it. I didn't have belief that I was deserving of it. I didn't have belief that it was meant for me. I didn't have belief that, you know, the universe was on my side or that I was able to do it. I always had doubt. Was it doubt that like other people placed on me and I placed on myself? Yes, absolutely. Double homicide. But recently I kind of started being like, but what if? But what if you just keep trying and keep working and keep putting yourself out there? Who knows what will come through it, and you will never regret trying. But also, simply trying will get you the outcome that you want. It will get you to that finish line that you so desire. And so recently I finally started taking that intuition seriously. Something that I have known since I could even think. Something that I have inherently been drawn to: art, creativity, painting, drawing, making money off my creativity. I had no belief that I could do that. Of course, then there's outside perspective that's like, actually, you need to go become a nurse because like no one will ever pay artists. Technology's coming, AI's coming. Like no one's ever gonna believe in you as an artist. And it's like, damn, okay, since you said that and I trust your opinion, like I'm gonna listen to it. Girl, fuck those opinions. You know what's meant for you. I've always known I'm meant to make art, and it really isn't until recently that I've been like, I've ignored that for so long, and I think that's why I felt so stagnant, because I'm not going fully towards my dreams. I'm feeling pulled in so many different directions, and I need to hone in and focus on what I know, what is true, because I deserve to work hard for myself. I deserve to work hard for my goals, for my dreams, and it's finally time to do so. I'm abundantly full of energy, sure, caffeine driven, but if I utilize that, if I push myself forward, and if I keep trying, I can create anything I want. There's something very beautiful and divine about that. I told you we were getting existential today, but it's a fun one. I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? Oh, I love you guys so much. Speaking of going forth towards your dreams, I used to be terrified of doing this or trying anything, safe to say, because I always assumed I would fail. I don't know where that stems from. Probably just lack of understanding of self. But I always assumed I would fail. Guess what? Anything you try, you naturally are inclined to succeed. If you are trying for something, that naturally puts you in a positive position to succeed. Now, if you put yourself in a position and then you don't try at it and you fail, hello, that's because you weren't going forth. But if you go forth with a pure heart, with pure understanding, and simply just doing your best, you will succeed. I promise you. I promise you that. There's been a lot of things that I've done in this life. There's been some things that I've succeeded at. But the things that I have succeeded at are the things that I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a good old college try. They call it the college try for a reason, because if you try, you will pass at a grade level that will get you that college diploma. I promise you that, okay? If you don't try, yeah, you probably won't succeed because you're not going forth accordingly. But if you do, guess what? You will receive that cap and gown, but you will get that promotion, you will get that paycheck, you will accomplish more than you ever could have imagined. But it does take you moving forward. Like I said, is it overnight? No, baby, no. It's going to take some time. I promise you that. It will take time, okay? But another innate truth with living is we have an abundance of time. Time is a very tricky thing. We think, okay, we're given how many years? 100 max, pretty much 100 max. If we're being honest, mostly like maybe to like 87, 88 on average. And that's if we take care of ourselves, if we, are born healthy, if we don't face any like serious illness, if we're not put in any compromised position, if we're lucky, safe to say. And that can feel, if you kind of like really look at it in a math quantity, that can feel very limiting. But if there's anything we as humans know about time, it is that time spans perception. So I guarantee there has been 5 hours in your life that's actually felt like 5 minutes, because you're having fun, because you're in a flow state, because maybe you're inebriated, whatever it may be. And I also guarantee there's been 5 minutes that's felt like 5 hours. You standing at work, no customers coming in, you're not allowed to be on your phone because there's cameras. Bitch, every single second feels like a minute. I promise you that. In an awkward situation and everybody's like, what the fuck's going on? I guarantee those 30 seconds felt like 3 hours. Time is an illusion, so do not worry about time. Do not worry about running out of time. Do not worry about feeling like it's the wrong time. I wasted my time. There's no time left. There's too much time, whatever it is. bitch, stop worrying about time. Time does not matter. Time is an illusion, and there's plenty of it. All that matters is, are you facing your dreams? Are you walking forth? And are you making, just simply put, one step at a time? Are you giving a good college try? Are you moving forward? If the answer is yes, I guarantee you will succeed at whatever you're doing. I never thought I'd be a good horseback rider. I simply am trying. I'm trying. And guess what? I'm pretty damn good at it. Is it like competition level? No, but can I stay up on there and trot around and canter? Yes. Does that make me feel powerful? Yes, it does. This fucking podcast, I never did it for money, but is the money nice? Yes, absolutely. Did I ever think that was a possibility? No. Was it an opportunity that I found from continuing forward and trying? Yes, definitely. Making money off my art, my paintings, was that something I ever envisioned myself? No. Was it something I just kept doing and kept putting myself out there from, and now I'm making money from it? Yes. Do you see what I'm saying? Money's not everything. Recognition is not everything. But wherever you want to go, there's meaning in that, and you can get there. And naturally, trying does equal succeeding. Cheers to that. Oh my God. I do find peace in knowing that I'll always be a little bit of a degenerate no matter how old I get. I will never be that chic Southern grandma. I will be the slightly wild, weird hippie chick for the rest of my life. I keep finding myself coming back to that, and it is very peaceful. Another one, this one might burst your bubble. As a very existential person, you happen to life. Life does not happen to you. I have been a very passive person in my life. That's because I was a very younger child. I was like a very much so younger child, like 10 years younger. And so a lot of my life was me just kind of like, oh, your brother's a soccer game. Oh, your brother's graduating. Oh, we got to go visit your brother at college. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, we have this set up for you. Like I felt like and think like this is a very nice way to live where my parents had things set up for me. But it made me very passive in life where there wasn't a lot of choice. There wasn't a lot of like exploration. There wasn't a lot of like self-exploration in that way. And so I kind of learned to just like wait around and wait for the next play date, wait for the next event, wait for the next thing to happen, for my mom to tell me what to do. And then, bitch, you'll rip that Band-Aid off real quick. My early 20s happened and I realized, ooh, actually, I've been waiting for my mom to tell me what to do for years. And she's not doing that anymore. What's going on? And so I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited and eventually got bored. And then I started going out and trying things. Maybe I want to be the rave baddie. Let me go try and be the rave baddie. Baddie I was. Try and you will succeed, babe. But was that for me? I enjoyed it. Had a good time. Do love raves. Is that everything to me? No. All right, let's try something else. Maybe I'll be the hippie chick, reading tarot cards. Was that a vibe? Yeah. Did I have a fun time? Sure. Was that for me? No. I'll do that to myself in private. Horseback riding. Fuck it. Let's try it. Let's see what that's all about. Is it for me? Yeah. Is it sticking? Yeah. Am I feeling good? Yes. Listen, everything that makes me me. Okay, all the things that I find deep interest in, all the things that I feel inspiration by, were not things that were coming up on Pinterest, were not things that my parents told me I should be, were not things that society told me I should be, were not things that I even really knew were an option until I tried them. The key is I tried them, and that made my life. I was in this weird limbo phase where days were going by and I was just looking out a window, bitch. Like I was locked in a senior home, just like days going by, mashed potatoes, gravy, black coffee, random weird games with other old people. Like, oh my God, time was moving so fucking slow. And then I realized, damn, nothing's happening because I'm not doing anything. And this seems so simple, but I think a lot of us are waiting for the answer, for the right TikTok to tell us what to do. Oh, this face routine will change your life. Oh, this, oh, that, blah, blah, blah. You don't know until you try, until you put it forth, until you get into life and experience it. Your life at the end of it, when you are on your deathbed, will not be things that someone told you, but things that you experienced for yourself. If you think about your life as one big storybook, the major stories in your life are things that you chose to do, you went after, you found inspiration by. And I think there's something so beautiful in that. All of my major, massive stories that you can probably think of, as wild as they are here on this podcast, are things that I did out of my own fruition, just like, fuck it, let's try it. Like, what do we have to lose? You know what I mean? And are they silly? Are they weird? Are they awkward? Are they funny? Yes, all of those things. But the key is I never would have experienced those things or even have those stories to tell or have that massive ass book of my life at the end of my life unless I went out and did them. Life comes from you, not at you. Okay, you happen to life does not happen to you. And from that, I think for my control freaks, you do have control. Okay, you are behind the wheel. This ain't a Tesla, baby. It ain't driving you wherever you want to go. You are behind the wheel. You do have choice, and there is freedom in choice. Utilize that choice, especially if you're a control freak. Utilize that choice. Put yourself in the best positions. Go after everything you want. Is it a bit scary? Is it a bit awkward? Is it a bit weird? Sometimes, yeah, but you'll never regret it. And at the end of my life, when I'm on my deathbed, do I want my book of life to be a paperback, bitch? No. I want that thing foil wrapped in gold, thick as fuck, as if it's the Holy Bible itself, from the amount of stories I've had in my life. Are those going to come at me? No. But will they come from me? Definitely. And I'm going to go after every single one of them. You guys, I'm a bit tipsy. You guys, me 2 shots in, like, whoa. What a fun birthday. It literally brings me to tears. Like, how lucky am I? How lucky am I? I've had so many birthdays. And my birthdays have always been special. I'm very thankful to be a Gemini. I'm very thankful for hot, fun birthdays. All of my birthdays, oh my God, this is going to make me nostalgic. When I get rich and famous, I will be buying a lake house on the Ozarks. Nasty, dirty, disgusting. But that's just how I was raised. You know what I mean? My birthdays were always spent at my lake house. I know, bouge. It was not mine or my parents. It was actually my grandparents. That was their like retirement place. And it was always spent just splashing in the water, being outside, getting sunburnt, eating hot dogs, homemade cakes. There's something so fun and beautiful about that. And then when I became older, I really did translate it into like, I want to go live my birthday how I want to live the next year of my life. I really want to celebrate that day as if it's a manifestation tool to then bring forth whatever I want that next year. I think that's the best birthday spell you can ever do, which is like, whatever I want to call forth, I'm going to do on my birthday. If I want a relaxing birthday, go get a massage, lay in bed all day if that's what you want to do, if that's what you're calling forth to your year. If you want to be a gym baddie, go to the gym on your birthday. If you want to be a party girl, go to a party on your birthday. If you want to be surrounded by friends, invite every single one of your friends to your birthday. This year, I was like, I just want to be in nature, hugging a big tree. That's all I've been telling everybody. No, that is not a euphemism. That is just genuinely what I want to do. I want to be tapped in with nature. And so that's what I'm doing for myself. I'm so excited. I'm genuinely so excited to be on vacation. I haven't been on vacation in like a month. Okay, let's get into the positive. Order, healing, and love deny every moment of chaos, pain, and fear. I do fear that we need to choose the positive moments in life, and no one will choose them for ourselves. When I was younger, I was filled with a lot of darkness. Bitch, I was a very dark child, which is so funny because my mom always called me her summer child, which I think is just a very nice way of calling me a ditz. And you know what? Summer child I am, but I always lived with this like deep, I don't know, darkness with myself, mental illness, let's be real. And it's something I struggled with for a long time. And the things that I went through as a human, I do not think I would have overcome unless I threw myself into positivity. Like I had no choice. That was a survival mechanism, was I have to become as positive as possible. Does that mean negative things won't happen to me? No. Does that mean I won't feel negative emotions? No, not at all. We should not deny ourselves of emotions. That is not healthy. But does that mean that putting myself in a positive place, trying to uplift myself, trying to think as positively as possible doesn't work? No, actually, it is the key to life. To live a positive life, you must be a positive person and have a positive outlook. I am surrounded sometimes by the most negative people I've ever met in my entire life. And what are they doing constantly? Complaining, arguing, fighting, looking down on people, talking shit. That becomes their reality very, very quickly. But do you know how little positivity it takes for them to turn their perspective around? Not a lot. Negativity can be powerful and it can be overwhelming, but what is going to bring the light? Positivity. Uplifting people, showing up for people, simply having a conversation with a stranger. There is something so powerful about it, and I really encourage you guys to do so now more so than ever, especially when we feel very disconnected from our neighbor and from the people around us. Who cares how awkward you are? Who cares what you think about yourself? Say hi to people in the grocery store. Ask them how their day is. You'd be surprised the conversations that you are brought into, and also the positivity that you can bring to people's lives. There is duality in life. As a Gemini, I understand duality more than anybody could ever fucking imagine. Trust me on that. And I understand the good and the bad of everything. I understand the positive and the negative of everything. And I understand the truth. The truth is positivity will always outweigh negativity. You could be having the worst, most awful day ever. I'm talking the worst day ever. Talk about like you get to your job, you work a full 8 hours, you forget your lunch at home. Okay. You're also feeling greasy. You're breaking out. You're on your period. Like things are going very, very, very bad. Also, your coworkers are talking shit about you. You're like, bitch, I'm on the verge of tears. This is my worst day ever. Yeah, it's going to get worse. Guess what? End of the day, you're about to clock out. You're like, oh, I'm so tired. Your boss is like, hey, can I pull you for a quick chat? Just real quick. I want to talk about something. You go into their office. You're like, oh, am I getting that raise that I really need? Because like life is just so hard and everything's so expensive. And your boss is like, so I want to talk to you and just like really thank you for all your work here. But it is time for us to let you go. We found someone else to replace your position. You're like, bitch, I'm tired, hungry, and dizzy, and on the verge of tears. You break down crying. You're leaving work. All your coworkers are watching you leaving work. You got mascara dripping down your face. You're walking home. Blah, 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 blah. Bird poops on you. You get home and you got to eat leftovers. Like, talk about worst day ever. Guess what? Your best friend calls you. It's like, hey, what's up, girl? Here's what's going on. You have a knock on your door. She shows up. She's got flowers. She's got chocolate, and she's there for you. Flowers, chocolate, she's there for you. Not a lot of positivity. All the negative things that happen, a lot of negativity. But that single act of kindness and understanding, as small as it is, will outweigh that entire day of negativity. That's how powerful it is. If I can encourage you to lean into any sort of emotion, no matter the situation, always positivity. Sometimes the positivity is like, damn, they really did me dirty, but I don't have to ever go through that again because I learned from it. I can move forward. Sometimes the positivity is like, damn, today fucking sucked, but tomorrow will hopefully be better. Sometimes the positivity is, I made a mistake. That was horrible and awful, but I know better now and I can go forward accordingly. Sometimes positivity is delusion, where maybe you don't feel the best, but you have to tell yourself you're the best. Either way, it is the most powerful tool to tap into, especially in this life. If you have doubt, replace it with confidence. If you have insecurity, replace it with understanding. If you have hatred, replace it with love. There's a reason I have "with love" tattooed on my fucking body. It's like the biggest reminder. You can always find love because you're full of it. You can always find positivity because you are an endless well of it. Tap in, bitch. How we feeling, you guys? I got like 5 milligrams THC, 5 milligrams CBD, 8 shots of soju, and an entire Celsius can in my body right now. And that's a lot, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling so good. Take a hit, take a shot, or take a deep breath for me, babe, especially if you're sober. But let's get into the last one. Are you ready? Are you ready? Following your heart is the best way to help others. I've been struggling with needing a yes. Does that make sense? I've been struggling with needing a yes. I've been struggling with like, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know who I am. I know where I'm supposed to go. I know how I'm supposed to do it. But how do I get that push And the push is knowing you will be the best version of yourself. You will be the most confident version of yourself. You will put out the best energy. And in turn, that will have an effect on other people's lives in a positive way. Especially doing this podcast, I never thought it would turn into this, rambly, healthily rambly, but this motivational kind of situation. I never thought myself as a motivational person ever. I never thought myself as like a public speaker ever, considering I couldn't make eye contact at all when I was a child. I never enjoyed being in crowds. I never enjoyed talking to people in general, but I had this random innate feeling that I needed connection, and I had connection, and I deserved connection. And it came in a very silly sense, Smoke Sesh podcast, where we would just like smoke and talk like taboo shit, sex, love, life, things that people were too afraid to talk about, because I felt like that's what interested me most, and that's what nobody was talking about. That's what my heart felt called to do. Was it very random and weird, and did people side-eye me, and do people talk shit about my behind my back? Like, people like, bitch, this podcast is so embarrassing. Yeah, probably. But also, I could care fucking less, because I know that I'm able to make an impact in your life, in someone's life, in anybody who listens to this life, by simply being a positive, uplifting individual who shares life with you, I understand how it is to be so lonely, to be so not yourself, to be so lost, to be so confused, to want someone to tell you the answers. And sometimes you really just need that big sister influence, that somebody telling you like it's okay to be you. And so if I can do that, if I can make a difference through knowing that's what I needed by giving it to you, then like I can die happy. I say this all the time, but as somebody who struggled for a long time and consistently and very deeply, I always pride myself on hopefully being able to like be a shining light in whatever darkness is in your life, to give you hope, to give you confidence, to give you the desire to turn inward no matter how scary it is, to give you the desire to be a positive person or a change in someone's life. That's how I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm following my heart. When you follow your heart, you internally are putting yourself into a positive place, and that will have a positive effect on other people's lives. Think about my friend who's going to become a doctor. She wants to be compassionate. She wants to be there for people. Following her heart is going to make a massive change on other people's lives. Considering my friends who just like are here for a good time, them being able to be a bright light in any room they step into, them being able to make anybody laugh, is a massively positive effect on people's lives, even if it's something so simple as a conversation in a grocery store or a random drunk bathroom conversation with a girl. You following your heart in a positive direction where you know you're supposed to be will have a positive effect on other people's lives. It'll have a positive effect on your life, and in turn will bring positivity to your life. And there's something so beautiful in the simple understanding of that. You have the power within you. You are innately divine. You broke all fucking odds. You deserve to be here. You inherently are a positive person. Positivity is so powerful, and you are an unstoppable feat if you don't stop yourself. Babe, you got all the answers. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what is intuitively calling you. You know what you desire to be, and there is power in that. Talk about Saturn return. My brain is like fully forming, and this is like the one lesson that I really, really am learning, which is just like, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're powerful, you are loved, you are supported because you have yourself. And there's power in having yourself. Did I have to work a long time to have a good relationship with myself? Did it take years? Did it take crying on the kitchen floor and rolling around and screaming? Yes, absolutely. Did it take a psych ward? Yes, absolutely. Did it take medication and therapy and all the crazy hard things? Yes, but was it so worth it? Absolutely. I would have never seen 27 if I didn't do it. If I didn't have that innate self-trust, if I didn't just like try. And I have succeeded in a way that I never could have imagined for myself. And I'm so incredibly thankful for going on that journey and going on that path. And I'm so incredibly thankful for every single one of you, whether you listen one time or 1,000 times, for being here. And if I can touch you in your heart in a way that maybe you've never been touched, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I love you all so incredibly much. Happy birthday to me. What a good one. I truly am going to be living my best life this 27. Do I think it's going to be a challenge? Yes, considering the Saturn return of it all. But am I excited for that challenge? Absolutely. I cannot wait. And I'm so excited to see where I'm at 28, 29, 30, 80. Can you imagine? I want that book of life to be as thick as possible, as beautiful as possible, and with the most innate stories you could ever read. I am ready to go on the journey of life, and I hope you are too. But please understand that journey comes from within. With that being said, I love you all so much. If you want to wish me a happy birthday, follow me on Instagram at Hannah Marlene. I'll be posting all the birthday photo updates possible. I'll be taking you along with me on my trip. I'll also be vlogging the entire trip. That'll be up on YouTube at Hannah Marlene 444. And if you want to give me a birthday gift for any sort of reason, join the Patreon, patreon.com/smokesesshotty. Every single tier is under $10. And I do try and post every single day, even if I am on vacation. Yes, don't worry. I'm coming through for those Patreon girlies. And they'll be the first people I hang out with back vacation. I'll be actually hanging out with them right after vacation, the day I get back, and uploading an exclusive episode there. With that being said, stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.